Malacanang Press Corps, welcome sa Bangon Marawi briefing. Today we have Mr. Harold Clavite. He is the Director General of the Philippine Information Agency PIA. DG Clavite heads the Information Management and Strategic Communications Support Group of the Task Force Bangon Marawi together with PCOO Secretary Martin Andanar. He opened the Legal Communications Command Center when the conflict broke in May. DG Howie Clavite formerly served as a Digital Communications Association for the United Nations Development Program, or UNDP, based in New York. DG Howie is also an active community leader in the Philippines and New York. He advocates for the end of child hunger in the country. Hailing from Baroy, Lanao del Norte, DG Howie earned his BS degree from Mindanao State University, Iligan Institute of Technology. Ladies and gentlemen of the Malacanang Press Corps, please welcome DG Howie Clavite.
Thank you, Rocky. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Mayong buntag, MPC. Yesterday, President Duterte signed Administrative Order Number 9, shifting Task Force Bangon Marawi's focus into rebuilding and developing the now liberated city. In this light, the focus of this briefing as well shifts into matters of Marawi alone. With this premise, we turn over a new leaf from the Mindanao Hour into the Bangon Marawi press briefing, which we will do every Friday. We make these changes with this in mind. As our efforts progress, the more transparent we need to be and accountable for the information we divulge to the public. It is paramount to maintain efficient communication here and on the ground. There is indeed progress in Marawi, primarily on the rehabilitation front. Our internally displaced brothers and sisters have begun to return home, happy to see their community come together again, hopeful despite having to restart their lives from scratch. These developments give us hope, and it may be a call for us to unite more than ever, if only for the cause of restoring Marawi back to its former glory. Today, I will join the spokespersons of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. With us today, Major General Restituto Padilla, and the spokesperson of Task Force Bangon Marawi, Assistant Secretary Toby Purisima. My principal, Presidential Communications Operations Office Secretary Martin Andanar, and myself represent the Information Management and Strategic Communications Support Group in the Task Force Bangon Marawi. So with this, we'd like to begin with our resource persons. I'd like to call Major General Padilla.
Thank you very much, Howie. I sit before you again to brief you on the security situation in the city of Marawi, which has still remaining pockets of enemy presence and continues to be a dangerous place. That is why the place that we have sealed off and prevented from being entered into by civilian residents remains to be closed. The main battle area where most of the very heavy fighting occurred in the last few weeks of prior to the liberation and the cessation of combat operation still harbors a number of stragglers. As you may have noted in the last few days, there have been a series of engagements that have occurred between our forces who continue to perform clearing operations. Ang mga nangyari po nito mga nakarang araw ay isang pagpapatibay na ang lugar na patuloy naming hindi pinapayagang balikan ng ating mga kababayan sa loob ng Marawi ay nananatiling malaki ang banta at marami ang maaring makasakit pa sa kanila dahil naririto pa ho ang mga ilang stragglers na tinatawag natin. Ito po yung mga remnants o mga iiwang puwersa ng kalaban na nagsisitago at ayaw magsilabas doon sa kanilang kinalalagyan hanggang sa kasalukuyan. Kaya nga po nung ilang araw na nakaraan, ang una pong naging nating insidente dito ay sa clearing operations na isinagawa ng ating mga tropa na nagmula sa unit po ng mga Scout Rangers. May 5 po na nasugatan noong sila po ay nagki-clear ng mga IED. Ito naman po ay sinundan din ng kanilang pagkadiskubre sa isang nagtatangkang tumakas na isang mounted struggler na sa kanyang pagtakas ay may armas pa at daladalang gamit at nanlaban. Kaya po nakapatay tayo ng isa dyan. Sinundan po ito ng pangatlong insidente na dalawa sa ating mga kasamahan ay nasugatan sa naging matinding bakbakan sa pagitan ng mga ilan pang grupo na tumatakas at dalawa ang ating na-neutralize sa proseso na yon. So the process of clearing, ito pong ginagawa nating operation na ito ay patuloy pa rin. Hindi po tayo lulubay, hindi po tayo bibitiw hanggat ang bawat gusali na pinag-iwanan nila ay siguradong libre na po sa mga presensya ng mga kalabang patuloy na nagtatago. We also pass on our congratulations and our appreciation to the very vigilant, very alert, and very cooperative members of the Marawi BPATs, the Barangay Peace Assistance Teams, who have been responsible for arresting a foreign national who was trying to elude arrest and escape from the area. This foreign national, an Indonesian, who bore in his possession a wrong or a false passport of another Indonesian national, and whose name has been revealed to the public lately, is now under the custody of the Philippine National Police, CIDG. Cases will be filed against him for his participation, and information coming from his narratives will continuously be validated before we believe every word he says. So this is so far what we have. Again, our forces remain on the alert, remain vigilant, and will continue to perform their clearing operations until such time that we can guarantee that this place, the last parts where the battle has raged in the last few weeks, is already free of every single terrorist. Thank you.
Thank you, General Padilla. I'd like to turn over to Assistant Secretary Toby Purisima.
Thank you, DG. Ladies and gentlemen of the Malacanang Press Corps, good morning. Here are the updates from your task force, Bangon Marawi. To highlight the transition from military operations to rehabilitation and recovery, Administrative Order Number 3 has been amended. Hence, under Administrative Order Number 9, dated 27 October 2017, the Housing and Urban Development Coordinating Council, or HUDCC, will be taking over the chairpersonship of the task force. The Secretary of National Defense has been designated as vice chairperson of the task force, together with the Secretary of Public Works and Highways. The DND will join the DILG in attending to the security and peace and order situation in Marawi City. HUDCC, in line with its mandate, shall focus on the building of communities, not just of houses. It shall ensure that basic services are available to the returning population and that commercial activity, business, and livelihood will be up and running to facilitate the building of a better Marawi City. The local government unit of Marawi City will be assisted by the newly created Task Force Bangon Marawi Field Operations Office in handling the implementation of the rehabilitation and recovery projects. This will ensure the prioritization of the needs and requirements of our displaced kababayans. The new officials of the task force are as follows. The HUDCC Chair, Secretary Eduardo Del Rosario, will serve as task force chair. NDRRMC Executive Director and Civil Defense Administrator Undersecretary Ricardo Halad is the new Executive Director of the task force. HUDCC Assistant Secretary Avelino Tolentino III will be head of the Task Force Bangon Marawi Secretariat. HUDCC Assistant Secretary Felix Castro will head the Task Force Bangon Marawi Field Office as manager. Regional Director Reynildo S. Aninion of the OCD ARMM will be the Executive Officer of the Task Force Bangon Marawi Field Office. And the field office will also be co-managed by the local government unit of Marawi City. And now allow me to relay the statement of Task Force Bangon Marawi Chair Secretary Eduardo Del Rosario. And I quote, "I humbly accept the enormous challenge entrusted by the President of rebuilding Marawi. We will not only rebuild the physical structures, but also rebuild the dreams of Marawi residents for a better future and a more progressive and secure Marawi." End of quote. Moving on to the PCNA, based on initial findings of the Post-Conflict Needs Assessment, Damages and Losses Assessment, DALA, damages observed were on agricultural commodities and stocks. Losses on income were observed due to abandonment of business and properties. Looting incidents were noticed in some structures as well as houses. The return of IDPs in 9 identified barangays in Marawi City will be completed tomorrow, November 4. To ascertain that returning IDPs are legitimate Marawi City residents, identification cards are being issued by the respective barangays based on the rolls of census and voters registration. As previously mentioned, utilities such as water and electricity and health services are already accessible in the identified barangays. Rolling stores and markets will be established to provide basic needs. Means of transportation within the areas will also be made available to provide mobility. On October 29, the residents of Basak Malutlut began to return. To date, a total of 2,252 IDPs have already returned home. Cash assistance amounting to 5,000 pesos and relief goods consisting of rice and food packs good for 17 days, as well as hygiene kits and kitchen kits, were distributed by the DSWD and Marawi City LGU to the returning Barangay Basak Malutlut residents. DPWH Region 10 and DPWH ARMM, with the help of the Office of Civil Defense, provided vehicles for the transportation of our IDPs returning to specific Marawi City barangays. The International Organization for Migration also provided 20 vans and 2,000 packs of food and water. House cleaning in other barangays is ongoing. The house cleaning at Marawi Poblacion and East Basak was conducted along with the People's Day activity at Barangay Basak Malutlut. On October 31, a house cleaning was conducted at Loksadatu and Barrio Green, and completion of the return of 2,380 IDPs to Marawi Poblacion and 1,060 IDPs to East Basak. The house cleaning activities for Tampilong and Matampay, as well as the completion of the return of 572 IDPs in Loksadatu and 707 IDPs in Barrio Green, was conducted on November 1. The house cleaning of Barangay Saber and the IDB return to Tampilong and Matampay was completed yesterday, November 2. Today, November 3, and tomorrow, November 4, the house cleaning and returns of the IDPs in Panggao Saduk and Saber begins. That's all for my updates, and we have a video showing to you the return of our IDPs.
RTM, can we have the video now?
Sound. Audio. No audio. No audio.
So yun po yung mga IDPs. So sa total po ng Marawi, ilan po yung IDPs na ina-expect natin lahat na babalik talaga?
Total, not just the 9
Yes.
barangays, the LGU is still verifying that information because, in fact, they're issuing IDs to make sure that only the legitimate residents of those communities will be able to return.
MPC questions? Dexter Ganibe, DCMM. Yes. For a while, may statement muna si DG Howie.
Yeah, thank you, Rocky. Before we entertain questions, I'd like to make a message and make an announcement for upcoming activities in Marawi. The Stratcom, Strategic Communications Subcommittee of Task Force Bangon Marawi, which is headed by PCOO and PIA, is organizing a maswara. Maswara is a Maranao term for community gathering. We work with several member agencies of Task Force Bangon Marawi and the local government units of Marawi City and Lanao del Sur for these activities that are taking place on Sunday and Monday, November 5th and 6th. We will do the Maswara Bangon Ranao Information and Servicio Caravan. The event will feature a series of IDPs, including a people planning workshop, a puppet show by the PIA, workshops and performances from volunteer local artists. We are targeting 4 major evacuation centers for this event, and we are preparing subsequent caravans in the following weeks of November and December. We will continue to disseminate the latest updates from our on-the-ground teams through social media, our social media accounts. We are now on Facebook, if you can search Bangon Marawi PH, as well as on Twitter for updates and information from the ground. We hope you can help us in this critical endeavor of sharing our information from these platforms to your own spheres of influence. For all our social media platforms, we use hashtag Bangon Marawi and hashtag Bangon Ranao. So to reiterate, the rebirth of Marawi would only be realized through our unselfish and consolidated efforts in every area of rehabilitation and reconstruction. Tayo nang umuwi sa maunlad at mapayapang Marawi. Maraming salamat po.
Okay, thank you, DG Howie. Dexter Ganibe, DCBB. I'm sorry, DCMM. I-miss
Good
ko si
morning.
Benji Liwanag. Sorry, ah.
No problem. ASEC, Pavissima. Sir, may total na po ba tayo kung ilan lahat yung mga IDP na nakabalik na or makakabalik including itong pang-8 at pang-9 na barangay
Doon sa
hanggang
nine-
bukas?
Doon sa 9 barangays, ang total dyan ay around 6,462 residents. No? Although that is still subject to verification, as I said, and napaka-importante nito dahil kasama nito yung whole of community effort. No? Dahil para siguraduhin na yung lehitimong residente makakabalik doon at para safe sila. Tandaan natin, safety parati yung concern natin, kaya kailangan natin mag-implement ng ganitong measures. At ang local government units naman, the cities and specifically the barangays are very much involved here. So alam nila yung komunidad na binabalikan nila.
So, residents, individuals po ito, not families?
Yes, yes.
Pwedeng isa kaya, no? Kay General Padilla. Sir,
that's
nakasuhan na, na-inquest na yung Indonesian na nahuli, nakasama dun sa mga...
Yeah,
bote?
nasa pangalaga na excuse me. Nasa custody na po siya ng PNP-CIDG at ang pagdulog ng kaso laban sa kanya ay isasagawa po ng ating kapulisan. Ang sa amin lang po dito ay kung ano man po ang impormasyon na nailahad niya doon sa initial na kanyang naging salaysay ay patuloy nating pinag-aaralan at tinitingnan kung ito ay may basihan at kung maaaring pagkatiwalaan. So yan ay bagay na gagamitin natin upang ma-check uli yung mga revelasyon na kanyang inilabas.
So far, sir, may update na po ba tayo? Coordination with the Indonesian authorities kung may mga kaso din siya? Kasi baka mamaya may mga mas malalaki siyang kaso sa kanila na kakailanganing...
Batid
mag-request ang
namin kanya ring inilahad na siya ay naging sangkot sa pagbobomba mismo sa Indonesia. So maaaring yan ang mga kasong kanyang hinaharap sa kanyang sariling bansa. Pero dahil siya ay may kaso sa atin, so dapat litisin natin siya dito sa ating sariling poder. At dito siya mananagot sa kanyang mga ginawang krimen. So bukod dito, yung kanyang sinasabi na may naiiwan pa na ilan dyan sa loob ng Marawi ay isang bagay din na nakuha rin natin sa ilang mga dating naging bihag ng Maute at Maute Group, no? At ang kanyang sinasabi ngayon ay doon sa mga ilang gusali, sa ilalim nitong mga gusaling ito kung saan merong mga basement o mga tunnel, may naiiwan pa. So yun kasi ang ginagawa nating clearing ngayon. Yun ang pinupuntirya ng ating mga nagki-clear ng mga gusaling ito. Hindi basta-basta pwedeng pasukin ito dahil sa mga patibong, mga IED na nakalatag at dahan-dahan nating ginagawa at nais nating maiwasan yung nangyari nung kamakailan na 5 sa ating mga sundalo ay nasaktan. Sa awa ng Diyos, wala po tayong naging casualty nitong mga nakaraang araw at hari nawa manatiling ganyan.
Sir, kung sakali mang hilingin ng Indonesian authorities na malitis din siya doon sa mga kaso niya sa kanila, paano po natin gagawin?
Siguro po ang DOJ natin ang siyang sasagot ng mga bagay na yan at kanilang titingnan kung maaari siyang extradite. Pero sa ngayon, mabigat po ang kasong kanyang hinaharap dito sa atin.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Dexter. My apology. Rose Novenario.
Ay, sir, follow-up lang po doon kay Dexter.
Yes,
Sir,
ma'am.
may record po kasi sa Camp Crame na natatakasan po sila ng mga high-risk detainees like Faturuman Algozi ng Jemaah Islamiyah noong 2003 at nung early 90s po ni Alfredo De Leon ng Red Scorpion Group. Ano po yung assurance ng publiko na hindi po mauulit ito sa kaso po ng Indonesian terrorist na ito?
Hindi ko po masasagot yan dahil hindi po ako miyembro ng kapulisan. Pero batid po namin na lahat na po ng kinakailangan gawin na pagpapatibay ng seguridad, lalo na sa mga piitan ng kinalalagyan ng mga foreign national na ito, lalo na ito isang terorista, ay pinatibay na ng ating mga kapulisan. So hari nawa na hindi na mangyari yung mga nangyari nung araw. Kung hindi, mananagot po yung mga responsible individuals and offices na siyang nangangalaga sa kanyang katayuan.
Sir, anong terror group po kinabibilangin itong Indon terrorist na to? Jemaah Islamiyah, Darul Islam?
No. Itong foreign national na ito ay kabilang ng Daesh, ng ISIS. At siya ay nagparito sa ating bansa nang sila ay nakatanggap ng imbitasyon kay Isnilon Hapilon ayon sa kanyang salaysay. At ang original na kanilang pakay ay bombahin ng mga himpilan ng mga militar sa Mindanao. At dahil nangyari nga at pumutok nga itong Marawi, na antala yung kanilang planong yan at sila ay nag-focus dito sa naging siege ng Marawi.
Okay, thank you po.
Okay, Roscos.
Hi, good morning po, sirs. Kay Asik Purisima po. Stats lang po, sir. 9 barangays na po yung cleared at unti-unting bumabalik yung IDPs. Yung total number of barangays na affected ng Marawi crisis ay?
96 ang barangays ng Marawi.
Okay.
At out of that 96, unti-unti na nating kino-coordinate sa local government unit yung pagbalik ng ating mga IDPs. No? And an additional statistics perhaps is 49 out of the 96 ay na-assess na in terms of the post-conflict. Yung DALA, yung Damages and Losses Assessment, 49 na yan ang na-assess at inaantay na lang natin yung clearance from AFP to go into the other barangays at ito yung mga apektado kasama sa main battle area na tinatawag.
Sir, ilan po dun yung kailangan pang i-clear ng military?
I don't have that specific information.
Kay General Padilla?
By and large, karamihan o kabuuan ng Marawi ay na-clear na. Ang hindi lang natin pinapayagang pampasukin ay yung kung saan nagkaroon ng kaganapan ng mga bakbakan na napakatindi nitong mga nakaraang buwan. So kung naalala nyo po yung mapa ng buong Marawi, mga lugar po na nasa kanan ng ilog na kung saan ang pagtawid ng tulay ay manggagaling dun sa may Kapitolyo o sa Campranao area side, yung lugar po sa kaliwa niya, no, yung pagtawid ng mga ilog ay hindi pa po pinapayagan. Patuloy pa pong sinasagawa ang clearing operation natin dyan. Pati na yung mga lugar na kung saan nagkaroon ng maigting na bakbakan itong mga nakaraang linggo. Lalo na yon, yung lugar na yon.
Yung estimation niyo po, sir, kung ilang barangays po yun?
Initially, ang pinakamatinding bakbakan ay nangyari sa mga 16 barangays na doon sa may loob ng parang business district. At aking pagkakaalam, yung mga lugar na yon ay nananatili pa ring off limits. So, nakita naman po ninyo ang naging pangyayari nitong mga nakarang araw. Mataas pa rin ang banta. Nariyan pa rin yung mga risk ng sa kinaroroonan ng mga nagtatagong kalaban na ayaw lumabas. So, hindi natin pinahihintulutan ng mga residente dahil ito ay para sa kanilang kapakanan na rin.
Sir, hindi na po malaking banta yung mga stragglers na natitira.
Malaking banta pa rin sila. Tulad nga po ng nakumpiska dito sa isang foreign national na nahuli ng ating BPATS, sa kanyang pag-aari ay naroon ng isang granada, may materyales na maaring gumawa ng IED, may baril siyang dala na may isang magazine na dala. So, all of these items can inflict harm on innocent civilians just in case one of these terrorists forces his way through a certain community or what have you.
Paano po yung treatment natin sa kanila, sir? Ano po ba to? Kailangan pa rin pong gamitan ng matinding puwersa ng militar? Or
Hindi na
wala
po.
naman na po silang hawak na hostages, di po ba?
Sa aming pagkakaalam po, wala na pong hostages, wala na pong komplikasyon sa area, kaya ginagawa natin itong clearing. Ang matindi lang dito na ating hinaharap ay yung kinalalagyan nila ay pinalilibutan pa rin ng mga patibong, mga IEDs and the like. So we have to be very careful. Kaya nga iniiwasan natin na magkaroon pa tayo ng mga battle casualties. Now, in the process of the clearing, itong ginagawa natin ngayon, nagsagawa ulit tayo ng isang matinding public broadcast effort. Nakatuon ang ating mga loudspeaker sa kinaroroonan or possible areas na pinagtataguan nila. And we have continuously blared out messages to all these individuals and asking them, hinihimok natin sila, pinakikiusapan na sila ay mapayapang sumuko na lamang para nang sa ganon maayos na nating matutugunan yung pag-clear ng lugar na ito. Hindi katulad ng mga nangyari ng mga nakarang araw na may dala silang armas, nanlaban pa sila, kaya wala po tayong magagawa kung hindi ma-neutralize itong mga elementong ito.
Sir, sa kaso na yan, pwede po ba tayong magbigay ng timeline? Kasi depende po sa mga natitirang threat yung pagsisimula ng clearing operations po ng militar, di po ba?
Yes, tulad ng dati,
Wala pa rin.
ayaw natin magbigay ng timeline dahil hindi natin alam kung gaano katindi pa rin yung ating hinaharap na challenges dito. Pero rest assured na ginagawa po natin ang ating abot na kakaya. Lahat po ng ating mga tropa ay nakatuon ng pansin dito sa sasagawa ng mga clearing operation na to. So the sooner we complete this, the better for the community, the better for everybody. But again, in order to avoid further casualties on our part, we have to do this very deliberately, very carefully.
Thank you, sir. Kaya ASEC Purisima po ulit. Yung next batch po ng barangays na po pwede pong makabalik na yung mga IDPs kasi nabanggit po ni General Padilla nasa less than 20 pa po yung talagang meron pong malaking banta pa. So, kailan po natin expect yung next batch ng barangays na makabalik naman po yung mga IDPs?
Well, that would be very soon, no? But we will be taking the cue from the local government of Marawi. And we're gonna give our support as we did here in the 9 barangays, no? Kasi sila talaga yung nakakaalam dun sa area, sila yung nakakaalam dun sa citizens, dun sa constituents nila, no? Para siguro doing ready nang bumalik yung mga constituents nila. So, susuportahan natin yun at maya't maya naman yung announcements natin. As soon as meron na tayong info on that, ipapaalam na natin yan.
And then, nabanggit niyo po kasi kanina, nagsagawa na po kami kayo ng damage assessment and income losses. Magkano po, sir, pwedeng makuha yung figure?
Hindi pa tayo nagre-release ng actual figures, no? Because when we release the figures, gusto natin total na to. Meaning, we will wait for the results of the assessment doon sa remaining barangays. Kasi gano'n naman ang methodology ng PCNA natin. Wala tayong partial results na nilalabas para hindi ma-distort yung data natin. At para yung pag-appreciate ng data naman on the part of the public will be total and comprehensive. No? So, patuloy yung pagre-review ng results, patuloy yung pag-evaluate at ilalabas na natin yan once kumpleto na yung assessment natin.
Thank you, Rose. Please limit your follow-up questions to 2. Radyo Pilipinas, Davao Head, Pengalinho.
Yeah, good morning. General Padilla, regarding
Beng.
the media who are covering the area, are they really allowed to, parang nandun sila sa mga areas na, like, yesterday, may mga stragglers pa sila na after they give an info to the military on the presence of some stragglers in the area.
Do you mean to say yung mga media na nagko-cover? Madami na po tayong lugar na na-open sa coverage ng media. lalo na po yung mga parte ng main battle area na sa pagtawid ng ilog na pinayagan natin ang media na gawa ng kanilang mga reports. Ito ay unang-una upang ipakita yung extent ng damage na nangyari dun sa naging bakbakan na ito. Pero may ibang lugar dyan na patuloy pa ring bawal. Kasi risky pa rin sa bawat pasok dyan kung sakasakaling may lumabas, may tumakas at ito'y maging banta sa kanila at wala tayong angkop na puwersa upang tulungan sila. We don't want that to happen, and we wish to avoid that. So there are certain areas that we keep restricted for the moment. Pero yung ibang lugar, open na rin. At katulad nga nung Indonesia, nahuli po siya sa Karatig na barangay. Hindi na dun sa may mismong main battle area. So patakas na ito. Kaya ganun pa rin. And the risks are still there.
Just one follow-up regarding the strugglers. Do we have the numbers of how many?
Wala kaming eksaktong numero. We don't have the exact numbers. But based on the revelations of this last foreign national that was captured, he mentioned about 36. But we are still validating that number because there are about 3 buildings here that seem to house them. And that's on the process of being checked. So kung ano man yung mga nasa ilalim ng mga gusaling ito, siguro malalaman natin later on.
Okay, thank you, Peng. Tuesday New, DZBB.
Hi, sir, to General Padilla. Sir, na i-declare na ni Presidente yung liberation ng Marawi.
Yes,
Although
yes.
nasagot na kahapon ni Acting Presidential Spokesman Harry Roque. But then, mayroon pa 36 are too many pa rin, sir. At delikado pa rin. Hindi ba napaaga yung announcement ng liberation?
Tuesday hindi, ano? Kasi yung deklarasyon ng liberation ay noong punto na wala na tong bearing. Yung mga naiiwan dyan na stragglers, they are leaderless, they have no direction, they are merely fighting for survival. So they have no impact on the overall security of the place. The reason why we're trying to restrict that area is to ensure that not one of these terrorists may be able to escape. Because one terrorist who is able to escape has the potential of inflicting harm on many nationals, on many of our nationals. Halimbawa nito, kamakailan nakita niyo po yung nangyari sa New York, sa Lower Manhattan. Isang tao lang po yun. Yan yung tinatawag na lone wolf kind of attack. Noong isang araw na, kahapon, sinundan ito ng isang pangyayari na naman sa Denver, Colorado. So lahat ito sa Estados Unidos. So ganun din yung mga nangyari nung nakaraang mga buwan at taon sa ibang lugar sa Europa. Many of these involve only one individual. And that is why we are taking all the pains. Kaya kami nag-iingat na walang makakatakas na isa dyan dahil ganito kalaki ang maaaring gawing kasamaan o pinsala nito kung sakasakaling makatakas at maghihiganti ito sa ibang lugar.
And speaking of lone wolf attack, sabi nyo nga, isa lang tao na yan. Pero mayroong report this past few days coming from PNP, sir, na di umano, mayroon silang na-monitor na mga maute na nasa Tagig na. So, mayroon ba kayong monitoring na ganito? Anong ginagawa?
Hindi po ito surprising dahil noong simula pa lang po ng Marawi siege, sinabi na natin na yung mga pamilya ng Maute, hindi naman po lahat masasama yan. Meron pong ilan sa kanila nakaparte dito sa naging rebellion, pero marami rin po na maaring kapangalan, lehitimo ang kanilang ginagawang source ng kabuhayan at nasasangkot lang sila dahil ang apelyido nila ay Maute. So we need to verify and cross-check all of this data, but the threat that was mentioned from the police, that is the reason why we remain proactive in monitoring.
Parang ang sinasabi kasi doon sa nakuha nilang info, hindi yung plain relatives lang ng Maute, but may plano daw na magpasabog gamit yung mga ice cream vendor, candy, taho, yung mga ganon. Sa maraming tao nila gagawin.
Kaya nga po yung aming panawagan na paulit-ulit nitong mga nakaraang linggo, ay kailangan namin maging katuwang, maging partner ang bawat mamamayang Pilipino. This was the concept of shared responsibility in security that we have been pushing. Which means to say na ang bawat Pilipino sa bawat dako na kanyang kinaroroonan, sa buong kapuluan ay kinakailangan makipagtulungan sa ating otoridad. Yan ay sa pamamagitan ng pananatiling nagiging alerto, nagiging vigilant, nagiging mapagmasid sa kanilang kapaligiran. Kaya tulad ng sinabi mo Tuesday, kung may nakikita sila na may nagtitinda ng ice cream pero kahina-hinala ang galaw at hindi sang-ayon dun sa ordinaryong nagtitinda ng ice cream, dapat i-report na kagad nila yan.
Okay, thank you, Tuesday. Deo de Guzman.
Morning, sir. For General Padilla, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yung pong sinabi nyo na clearing operations ongoing doon sa main battle area sa Marawi City, meron na po ba tayong bilang or na nakukuha pang mga bangkay ng civilian doon sa lugar?
Yung lugar na pinagkasagawaan ng ating clearing operation ay so far wala namang nakukuha ng cadavers. Kasi nakakonsentrate kami sa ilang buildings. Hindi pa namin ganap na nakuha yung mga ibang buildings na na-declare ng maaring cleared. No? Ang paghahanap sa bangkay ay hindi lang nasa aming poder, kundi pinagbibigyan daan din namin ang Bureau of Fire na siyang nagsasagawa talaga nito. Pati na yung mga members ng law enforcement agencies at saka local government. So we have to hear from them as well if they have retrieved any cadavers since the cessation of combat operations.
Sir, since nahintay nyo pa po, do you expect the number of civilians who died in the Marawi siege to shoot up?
Well, potentially, not really shoot up, but potentially we may be able to recover a number of cadavers kasi dun sa talaan ng local government, may ilan pa ring unaccounted. Hindi ko lang po batid kung anong eksaktong bilang ng unaccounted sa kanilang talaan, pero this will be the subject of the search in the areas that we need to clear.
Last question from my side, sir. Meron pong last na ipinakita ang doon sa Marawi na na-recover na mga looted items,
Yes.
mga appliances, and meron pong cash monies and mga jewelries. Meron pa po ba tayong iba pang additional na ipapresent na makikita na supposedly na mga looted items?
Nais ko pong linawin yung huling ipinakita sa atin during a press con noong isang araw ng ating Joint Task Force Ranao at nandun si Colonel Browner. Yun po ay mga na-recover ng ating sundalo sa isang building na kanilang kinlear matapos na nagkaroon ng bakbakan at na kubkob nila yung lugar at na-neutralize nila yung kanilang mga kalaban. So it was contained in a bag or 2 or 3 bags. There was about 300,000 pesos in cash and gold jewelries na nandun sa lalagyan na yon. Yun po ay mga nakuha ng mga rebelde, mga maute, mga terorista na sinubukan nilang itakas kasi gagamitin nila yan sa kanilang susunod na mga operasyon o pagsustina sa kanilang presensya kung saan man sila magtatago. So these were not taken by soldiers, these were taken by terrorists. At ipinakita ito pang ipagbigay alam sa lahat na ang ating mga sundalo ay hindi nagsasagawa ng ganitong klaseng gawain. Ngayon, yung nireport natin na isang opisyal at 5 kasundaluhan, ito po yung mga kaganapan na check natin noong mga unang buwan o pangalawang buwan ng bakbakan dyan sa Marawi. Ito po ay hindi pera at hindi rin po ito mga alahas, kundi mga appliances kung di ako nagkakamali. So, may I just clarify that the investigation is still ongoing and we will not tolerate if all these individuals are found guilty. So, doon naman sa aspeto po na lumalabas ngayon, may mga nagpapalabas po kasi na nililitratuhan nila ang ating mga sundalo na paalis na ho ng Marawi at lulan sa kanilang mga sasakyan ay mga appliances. Hindi po yun looted items. Ito po yung mga kagamitan ng mga rear echelons natin kasi nung pumunta po tayo dyan, dala po natin lahat ng ating kagamitan. Tandaan po natin, may nagluluto po para sa ating mga sundalo na lumalaban sa harap. Pagkatapos po ng labanan, sila po yung magpapalitan, magpapahinga naman po yung ilang kasundaluhan. So yung rear support echelons natin, may dala pong lutuan yan, may dalang refrigerator, may freezer na gamit po ng unit. Yan po yung mga field kitchens na sinasabi natin. Dala rin po nila ang kanilang mga cot beds, dala rin po nila ang kanilang mga sariling electric fan habang nandun sila sa kanilang headquarters. So these are not looted items but possessions of the unit who have been detailed to the area. And now that they are returning back to their stations, of course, they need to bring them back. They are possessed by this unit. So kung gustong check-in po ng ating mga kababayan nito, yan po ay may mga label o may mga sticker na nakalagay government property. At nasa property books po ng ating mga units yan. So, sana po wag pong paniwalaan ng ating mga kababayan ang mga kasinungalingang ini-spread ng ating mga ibang kababayan na malisyoso ang pag-iisip. Tandaan po natin, napakalaki ng sakripisyo ng ating kasundaluhan and ayaw naman natin pong maisantabi lang ito dahil sa mga ilang kwento na tayo'y nagnanakaw sa loob. Kung meron man po, tulad ng amin nabanggit, na malalaman natin at may patibay po ang ating mga kababayan, idulog lang po sa amin ito at kusang loob po nating imbestigahan at paparusahan kung sino man ito.
Sir, one short lang po. Ano pong gagawin doon sa mga jewelries and cash po na na-recover?
Itinurn over po namin sa local government. Lahat po ng nakuha ng ating kasundaluhan, pagkabigay po ito sa Joint Task Force headquarters, binigay po natin ito sa mga local government officials na ating kasama at sila po ang maghahanap kung sino-sino ang nagmamay-ari nito. At ganoon din po dun sa mga nakuha ng milyong-milyong piso noong mga unang linggo ng grupo ni Lieutenant Savellano, isang bayani natin na subsequently after that incident namatay po. So yan po ay accounted lahat, nakalista. At kung ano man po na-recover na iba pang bagay na hindi na ipakita sa media, nandun po sa mga libro yan at itinurn over po natin yan sa ating mga local government executives.
Okay, last question na. Ina Andolong. Microphone, please. Thank you, Dexter.
For General Padilla,
Yes,
sir, just to be clear, can actual construction begin, or kay ASEC Toby pala pwede, with stragglers still in some barangays? I mean, I know that the post-assessment review, the assessment is ongoing now, but can actual construction begin with stragglers?
Well, in truth, it has started already. Sa totoo lang, nagsimula na ito sa temporary relocation areas sa may labas ng mismong main battle area.
In the main areas? So
Pero
not
sa main
in the
battle area, hanggat hindi po tayo, kasi may na-clear na ng mga lugar eh. Tandaan po natin, napakalaki ng Marawi City, 96 barangays to. Ang pinag-uusapan lang po natin dito na hindi pa po pinapasok at hindi pa natin pinapahintulutan ay maaaring mga 16 or less barangays na lang. All the rest of the barangays are in the process of getting the clearance for the return of residents. Dahan-dahan po ito. So, pagkatapos po nung sinasabing post-conflict needs assessment, may clean-up na sasagawa at yung clean-up na yon ang magbibigay daan sa pagbabalik ng mga residente. Pero yung pagbabalik ng residente ay may proseso rin na sinusunod ng local government. That is the identity check. Kailangan malaman kung lehitimong residente sila doon bago sila payagang bumalik. Sa aming parte, matapos na naming ma-clear at ma-certify na wala ng banta o hazards na nandun sa lugar, pagbibigay alam po natin ito sa local government at sila po ang mag-lay down ng proseso upang magsagawa ng pagbabalik ng residente. At kami tutulong lamang sa pagbibigay ng seguridad.
So, pwede, sir? For those already cleared,
pwede po.
If they are near the areas?
Basta hindi po adjacent o malapit dun sa area na nananatiling kinaroroonan pa ng maaring pinagtataguan ng stragglers.
Okay. And lastly, sir, about the stragglers pa rin, how would you say are they surviving? I mean, they've been there for so long. Would you say that there are still residents who may be helping them?
No, there are no residents helping these stragglers. Tulad ng sabi ko, they are leaderless, they are directionless, they're merely fighting for survival, and maybe they want to escape, that's why they're hiding it out, hoping for an opportunity to be able to get out. Once they find an opportunity, like what these few stragglers did in the last few days, we can guarantee you that our security forces are around. They're guarding the place. And that's why we're using every opportunity to encourage them to surrender. Lahat po ng pagkakataon na nasa sa aming poder na kaya naming gawin para himukin sila na magsisuko ng mapayapa ay ginagawa natin.
Okay, thank you. MPC, no more questions? Okay. Thank you, Major General Restituto Badilla. Okay. Thank you, Assistant Secretary James Purisima and DG Howie Claveta. Back to our main studio sa Radyo Pilipinas and PTV.
Thank you.
Thank you.